Hi, welcome back to English for Communication 2. I'm Stephen Judge, and today we're going to continue Unit 1, Small Talk, tips, vocabulary, and grammar for helping you with regular day-to-day conversations. This is Lesson 2, Responses and Interjections. So first, let's cover conversation etiquette, which is the rules on how to be a good conversational artist. Number one, don't be a robot when you're talking to someone. Don't, how are you? I'm fine, thank you, and you. Two, show interest in the conversation that you're having with people. Three, respond and react to what you hear. Acknowledge what the person is saying. Four, ask questions. And last, share your similar experience with the person. And if you do all these, people will want to talk to you and they will remember you. So in this lesson, to help you with your conversation etiquette, I'm going to go over comments, questions, a technique called checking, and advice on how to give answers. So let's go over comments. So this is how to respond to what you hear. So what the person says. So we have sounds. So when someone says something, yeah, just simple sounds that tells the person you're listening. People do this often. There's no meaning behind it. It just informs the speaker that you're listening to them and what they're saying is important. So don't forget to do this in your conversations. Now, if someone says something that is surprising, here's some phrases people say, wow, really? Oh my God. So you're not stopping the conversation. You're not stopping the person from speaking. You're just letting the person know how you feel about the information they're giving you. Now, if someone says something that's kind of sad or makes you feel bad for them, or like, oh no, no way, ouch, sorry. These are good ways to show that you feel bad for the person speaking because the news or the story may not be good. Again, here are some adjectives where people use in the same: cool, nice, good, excellent. So again, I went to see the new Avengers movie this weekend. Oh, cool. How is it? So it's just a quick interjection to tell the person that the news is good and you like it. Sometimes the person who is speaking may make a statement that you agree with or disagree with. And there's comments to let them, yeah, yes, I get that, for sure, absolutely. And the opposite, sometimes you might disagree. Oh, no, no way, are two ways you can interject with quick comments to let the speaker know how you feel about what they're saying. Next, let's review questions. So during a conversation, it's always polite to ask questions to get more information. So let's look at review the basic meaning of questions. So here we have the 4 common questions: who, what, when, where. Again, who is always a question about people. So example, who do you study with? What is always the question word for things. What textbook do you use? When is about time. And where is about place. We also have why and how. So why, always the reason. Why do you want to learn English? And we always answer that with because ... How has a couple different uses in English. One is method. How do you learn English? Oh, I studied at university. So asking about the method. How with an adjective or an adverb. So like how long, how quick, how often. So we use how to also measure different things in English. So how well do you speak English? So measuring your ability. How often do you study English? Measuring the frequency that. We also use how much and how many for when we're counting as well. Also, how many students are in your class. So those are the basic 6 question words that are very important for English and useful for when in conversation to ask questions with your partner. Next, I want to go over what's called checking. So in checking is a technique to pick a key word and what someone says in order to give yourself time to think and also to make the conversation more engaging. And this is what it looks like. So again, the idea is to repeat a key word from a question the person asked before. So here's the question: do you like horror movies? And the person responds, picking a keyword like, I love them. So simple, picking the keyword like, and then using that as the beginning of their question. Here's another example: what do you like about them? And instead of using like again, the person chooses what they're exciting. So people often do this to A, check that they understood what the person is asking, and B, also gives them a little more time to think about their answer. So it's a useful little speaking technique people use in conversation. Step 4 are answers. On how you answer will keep the conversation going and keep it interesting. Simple rule: don't give short answers in a conversation if you want to have good conversation etiquette. Do you like horror movies? Yes. No one will really enjoy having a conversation with you if you answer like that. Do you like horror movies? Yes, I do. I love being scared. My favorite horror movie is Annabelle. There's some more information to keep the conversation going. So remember, don't ever give short answers in a conversation, especially if you want to give a good impression with the person you're talking to. So again, my name's Steve Judge. This was Conversation Etiquette. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.